What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with my all new review of Put a Ring on It. I know it's late, but my daughter was feeling under the weather, so bear with me. But it's a new day. Okay, Dr. Stacy is letting all the other couples know that Dunbar and Chance have decided to exit the process. They're not ready for this process. We wish them all love and light on their journey, okay? Now, the other couples were like, wow, really? But then what they had to deal with, they didn't run and leave and quit. So it probably looked at it as if Dunbar and Chance wasn't being serious in this situation, wasn't being serious about this process. And they weren't. They weren't. You saw how Chance gets defensive every time something that Dunbar portrays is alarming, is a red flag. She instantly goes into defense mode. You saw how she was going back and forth with Dr. Stacy about telling her you're betraying yourself for not helping this man figure out why he has anger issues, why he has anxiety, and why he has depression. You're making a fool out of yourself for not figuring out how you can help him in that category. But we're gonna move on from there because they're engaged, playing the game of we've been healed, we've been saved, we're good. Sure. Okay. Um, so we talk about adding another couple into the process. We can't just figure this out with only two couples. We need a third couple. The third couple is Jasmine and Zay. They've been dating for 3 years. He slid in her DMs. Their first real date was in Cancun. Like, out of nowhere, Cancun. But Cancun was already a trip he was planning with his cousins, so he asked her to tag along. And it was amazing. It was worth it. You know what I'm saying? 3 years later, she's still happy. She's loving how spontaneous he is, how he's a romantic. He loves how lovable she is. She has a beautiful smile, and they're both entrepreneurs. Zay has three businesses: a penthouse lounge, a car wash, and a restaurant. The car wash has a pool table, a bar, and a stripper pole. It was giving P Valley. Okay, y'all going down to the pank is what it was giving me. So he tries to incorporate how his work life and his relationship, but he always put work first and then his relationship. Now, at some point, she thought she was going to get proposed to, especially on her last birthday. But he chickened out, got cold feet, and ended up giving her a promise ring. All right? Because he was nervous. But she felt like, your feet should have thawed out by now. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's always pushing you to get married. So you might get with the program. Now, when it comes to promise ring, I'm not against promise ring. I was given a promise ring when I was dating my husband because I had already knew at some point I was going to get engaged soon. And it ended up being our second year of being together. He proposed to me. So I can understand the promise ring part. Now, since their first date was in Cancun, they're having a good time, but a woman approached Jasmine and says, "Is that your man? Are you with him?" She said, "Yeah." Well, he just asked my Instagram name. On the first date in Cancun? How did she deal with that? And what did you do? She told him to sleep in the hammock for the rest of the resort. Told him to sleep in the hammock at the resort. I don't know if that was the whole trip, but at some point she forgave him. But he said it wasn't him, it was his alter ego. Loki came out and play. Loki is the god of mischief. Okay, he's always playing tricks, he's always playing games. So he came out and wanted to ask a girl for her Instagram. I'm like, we're not about to do that. It was you. It was you. And he said that he was drunk off of 32 tequila shots when that happened. That's a problem right then and there. And I want to know more about it. How could you, on your first date with a girl who you were feeling, decided to get plasterly drunk and ask another girl for her Instagram name? How did that happen? But obviously, like I said, she moved on, still dating him 3 years later, but right now she wants marriage. They need to fix some things. So incorporating them into the group, we have to talk about the original group's task, which was them going out with their exes. Jasmine was like, "What? Yeah, girl, you came in when they were about to get down to nitty gritty. All right, you missed some steps on what they were going through before." So we start off with Ricky, him going out with his ex-wife. How did that go? It wasn't a date. It was more like a come together meeting for them to talk about how they want to move forward being co-parents. And they understood how Catherine could feel a way about the way that they co-parent, meaning how can Catherine be ever okay with Ricky spending out at his ex-wife's house? You know what I'm saying? That's something that is inappropriate, period. Even if you are good friends with your ex-wife, I think that is something that's crossing boundaries. But they now understand how that can make her feel away. And they do need to all come together and put proper boundaries in place that is good for everybody. Dr. Stacy says that's very good, Ricky. I'm very, very good. Very proud of you. We get to Catherine and her ex-boyfriend Corey. She was in the same dynamic she is with Ricky. Corey had a baby mama that at that time was still interested in Corey when she was dating him. So that caused a lot of drama. And she never felt like she was a priority. That caused trust issues and insecurities. And she's feeling like I don't want to be put back in that place again with Ricky and his ex-wife. So I want us to be able to put boundaries in place so it doesn't become triggering that I'm back in the same place as I was in my last relationship, where the baby mama is coming in, infringing our relationship, and it's causing drama. I don't want to deal with that. So yes, she wants him to see boundaries. See if there's a problem that I could have a problem with. See if there's an issue that you don't want me to be involved in or you don't want it to affect me. Put proper boundaries in place. And I'm understanding that as well. Then Joshua and Joya, they did not have any exes to talk because their exes are ex-wives of Joshua because he has a daughter with, and the ex-boyfriend of Joya who she's sharing a son with. They have proper boundaries in place. They have a good relationship. Don't want to rock the boat. So that wasn't their task, but they did come together and talk about what they were afraid of. And Joshua talks about his fear of getting married and having children and just the fear of the unknown, the fear of wondering if he'll mess up, if he is put in a situation he don't want to put in again by having more children and getting married. He don't want to mess that up. For Joya, she realized that she was controlling the time of their relationship. Figured at some point she would get married, controlling the time frame of getting married, controlling the time frame of having children, and that caused a gap in their relationship where it shouldn't have. It should have just let things happen naturally. I should have trusted that the relationship that I'm in, that I'm very happy with, will flow organically to the point where we're having children and getting married, which is good because you don't want to force things. You don't want to control things instead of letting it happen naturally. It's not going to feel it as it was if you was to control it. Jasmine related to what Joy said about controlling because that's how she is in the relationship. But her examples of controlling was controlling where they go to eat, controlling where they go on vacation, controlling what to do on vacation. But I'm wondering, why does she have to announce those types of examples? It's kind of like you're keeping Zay in line about the things you're going to do and you don't want him to stray off or do things he shouldn't be doing. And he says she does have control, but he doesn't want to mess up the relationship because that's his everything. Now, since the new couple did come in, first dates coming around, and she's asking them more than once, are you guys comfortable with this process? I don't want to push y'all. Are you really comfortable with your man going out with another woman? Jasmine is nervous. I mean, this is a very weird process. My man can go out with another woman knowing that I'm his girl, but what if he likes the woman? What if it's a match? What if Jasmine finds a match? She ain't ready for all of this. The original couples will be going out on new dates, but Ricky is going out on a second date with Sheila. Catherine has a little anxiety about the second date because she was confused in the confessional of, if your initial reaction wasn't to go on the first date because you didn't want to hurt me, why is it when Dr. Stacy put the pressure on you, you want to say, okay, I'll go out on another date? She says it was the people pleasing, but to me, I don't think it was people pleasing on Ricky's behalf. I think it was him trying to appease to you and your feelings. Because that's what he always says. I don't want to hurt Catherine. I don't want her to feel away. But Dr. Stacy just pretty much placed him to be honest. Because we all knew that Ricky had a good time with Sheila. I said it in my last review. The first date between him and Sheila was very good. I'm like, wow, this is like a good match right here. So it did surprise me that he said no because I wanted him to be honest. And Dr. Stacy placed him to be honest that he did want to go out on a date with Sheila. And that's the part of the process. We know we want to appease to our partner's feelings, want to understand our partner's feelings, but if we're here to understand the issues that we have, we're going to have to let our guard down and see what it could be on the other side. See if there is someone else out there that could give what you're looking for instead of going through this. It's easier said than done, but that's the process. So she's wondering, what is he looking for? What is he expecting? I guess a different relationship, to be honest with you. Because I'm going to keep saying it. I don't see Catherine and Ricky romantic wise. I don't see it. I see two very good friends who were probably at a place in their life where they didn't want to be alone, and they came together, decided to see they can be in a relationship, and they came on the show to find out, are they meant to be in a relationship? And I'm figuring out they're not. That's how I'm looking at it. So we get to the first date. Jasmine and Zay, they're in their home. She's getting ready, and she wants to know, what boundaries do you want to lay down? Because if you want to lay down boundaries on me, I think it should be the same towards you. For him, no, for her, she wants him to be sober on his date. She wants him to be aware of what's happening. I don't want him to get loose around other women. I mean, considering the first date, he got loose around you on the first date and started asking another woman for her Instagram name. So she wants him to be aware of what he's doing. So having one drink is the minimum when you're on these dates. We meet her date. His name is Jeremy. He's 33. He's a club promoter and a trainer. He's a walking red flag. I mean, I'm not going to say that Jeremy wasn't handsome. He was handsome, but his pants was too tight. That shirt was too tight. It was painted on. We're going to find out more about his job profession being a red flag later on. As soon as he walks in the door, Zay felt like he wasn't her type. I mean, she said he looked good. He was athletic build. He has a nice face. We'll see from there. Before they leave, Zay offers them a shot. A shot? Do we even know if Jeremy drinks? He took a shot, left, but hold up. Zay took a different approach than Dunbar. He was watching them leave on the cameras. I was dying laughing. I said, not the cameras. Driving them from the driveway. I can't. That was hilarious to me. Joshua. This was an interesting scene for me because we instantly see Joshua walking with his date, Brittany. Y'all not gonna meet up at the house? Where did y'all meet? Y'all just started walking in the scene. Her name is Brittany. She's a CEO, booking agent, and consultant. She says she's the ultimate catch. She has beauty, brain, she's a boss, and she says, I'm pretty much the girl that comes in and makes the other women step aside or step it up. I said, all right now, come with the energy, come with the confidence, okay? He was having fun. All right. He said she had a cute smile, she had a cute body, and he said if he was single, that would be the type of woman he would be with. I was like, interesting. Okay. Now, their date was at a candle making shop where they would pick out fragrances. Brittany was definitely flirty with him, started talking about certain scents being aphrodisiac and everything. He got a little uncomfortable with how flirty she was. He was like, all right, calm down. Let's calm down for a little bit. But towards the middle of the day, he said that her energy was very dope. They were vibing. The age range, he's 40, looks good for 40. She's 32. She asked him, how did they get here? How did you guys be a part of this process? What led to y'all being here? Being with Joy for 2 years. Joy is at that point where she wants to get married, have children, and he's not there. He says, I want to take things one step at a time. How much more step at a time do you need, Joshua? How much? You're 40. I feel like you don't want children. You don't want to have any more children. You want your life the way it is now. I think you like the situation or the routine that you have with the mother of your child and the way that Joya has with the father of her child. I think you guys like the situation, you know what I'm saying, the routine of it all. I think you like it. I don't think you wanted to rock the boat with getting married or having children. But how long do you expect for Joya to wait though? If you're set to where you are in your life, how long do you expect for Joya to get to where you are? As much as she's trying to understand how long you're gonna get to where she is. That's my thing. Then he asks her, what is your love language? What do you look for in a man? What do you expect for in a man? Quality time. You know, if we are busy and we have a couple hours to spare, I want us to spend that time together. And the type of guy she's looking for is Joshua. I mean, she's all rubbing up on him, touching his beard and everything. You know, I like a man with a beard, with some gray specs, all this and that and the third. Brittany was putting it down. All right. I kept looking at the screen. I'm like, I hope I don't get her being too pushy, too thirsty. She was slightly getting there. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe that's her personality. Because I didn't find a problem. I really didn't. And I thought Joshua did. But nah, he enjoyed it. And he even talked about, I mean, Joya might got a little competition because I was really having a good time. She was making me blush, you know what I'm saying? He really enjoyed himself. I was like, Joya, yeah, you might got some competition, girl, because he was having a very good time with Brittany. And I was enjoying watching it, to be honest. I really was. Whew, let's move on. Jasmine and Jeremy. She is excited about this date. I mean, she can tell Jeremy is a very handsome man, but what else is there? Your personality and your character always stands out to me. That's the most attractive thing about a person is your personality. And I want to know, are you more than just a handsome face? Are you more than just muscles? What's your personality to match? And I'm all about that. Because sometimes, like she said, you can have the face and body of Idris Elba, but be dull as a box of rocks. Trust me, I get it. So he's a club promoter and a trainer. And they're wondering how does he meet clients? The club he promotes. Instant red flag. Because Jasmine has Zay. He has a lounge, which means he's a part of the nightlife. And he has tons of women coming at him. So I don't think I can handle being in another relationship with another man who's a part of the nightlife. I gotta deal with other women coming at my man, and he owns a restaurant, he owns a lounge. To deal with you, you're a personal trainer and a club promoter, yeah, not gonna work. Red flag right there. Oh no, just that red flag blaring everywhere. We have another red flag. He also wants to incorporate being a private chef by being naked with an apron on. No, 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 no. First, you're a club promoter. Now you want to be a public. Now you're a personal trainer and be a naked chef. I don't want pubic hair in my food, and I would definitely not want women looking at you while you're cooking. They could be throwing themselves all up on you because you're in their kitchen with nothing on but an apron. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So, if he had a girlfriend, how would she handle that? He instantly knew what to say. He had to get the gab with, I'm going to bring her along. Let her see what's up. Let her see what's going on. Make sure she don't feel away. How do you know that? How do you know that? You must have not met the right woman who can deal with that because I feel like I see player vibes all over him. He must have known what to say to appease the woman at the moment, but I feel like he's a type of businessman who will F his clients and just say, "Oh no, it's all business. Oh, it don't mean nothing. It's all business." That's what he gives me. He don't give me exclusivity. He don't give me he's a one woman type man. That's not what he gives me because he definitely is looking at the fact that he is a nice looking man. He has a body, and that women will just flock to him. And that's not gonna work for me because he was just talking about how fine he is. I'm just looking for the right one. It was till I met you. I'm like, you arrogant, you all over the place. That's not gonna work for me. Jasmine was reading all of the BS, all of it. Okay, like the things that he was saying about how, don't worry about him, let you know what it is. Does he know for real how that's going to affect the girlfriend or the woman in his life? Or does he knows what to say that could make a girl understand or make a girl feel like he gets what I'm saying? Because how do you know? Are you telling me things that I want to hear? Because she said he must have had a Mississippi pimp for a daddy because he knows exactly what he's saying. And a lot of men have that ability to act like they know how a woman will feel, how a woman would want to know what you're thinking, and that they will expect you to say what you want to hear. But if a man is telling me everything that I want to hear, that's not going to be good. That's not going to be a turn off for me because you're not going to get someone who's going to tell you what you want to hear because you don't want that. I don't want you to tell me what I want to hear. I want you to let me know how you feel. I want you to let me know how it's making you, like how it is for you. Don't tell me what you think I want to hear. So I'll get turned off real quick. Like I'm not hearing it. I'm hearing what I would say, not what I think you would say. So yeah, that ain't gonna work for me. Jeremy is a no. Sheila and Ricky. He was very excited to go on his second date with Sheila. He finds her attractive. She finds him attractive. They were laughing. He picked out the most expensive thing on the menu, and she decides to feed him her food. And I was like, wait a minute, we doing that now? No, 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 no. Wait, wait, wait. You gonna feed him your food, your fork? You gonna eat the same fork? You not get a new fork? Oh wow. And he didn't think nothing of it. He knew that Catherine wasn't gonna like it, but he wasn't thinking about Catherine. He was thinking about him. The fact that he was able to be honest with him wanting to eat off her fork, he thought that it was as intimate as a hug. Sharing food with other people is very intimate. That's a step in a relationship where you're that comfortable with another person, where you're sharing food and just going off of their energies. And she could tell that he was very mellow, trying to wheel out his personality. Being with her, he was relaxed. He was comfortable. It was a nice feeling. They're both Capricorns. And just pretty much determining, like, is this something real? Attraction on both sides? Oh my God, there is something brewing between them, because it didn't give me second day vibes. It gave me they were already in a relationship and this was their regular routine of going out on a date. I said, wow, Catherine, this man's not the man for you. He's automatically setting up for a next relationship that I think he would really like and like to be in. And you need to find another man for you, honey. He is not the one. Because they were goofy. She was wiping off food off his face, just getting to know one another. I was very happy to watch. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, ooh, Catherine, go. Just find somebody for you. Because Ricky's not the man for you. He was very different with Sheila. He wasn't timid. He was talking, laughing, giggling himself. Oh, boy. Here we go. So, from that, we get Joshua and Joya. He returns from the date and he gifted her a candle that he made at the date. But Brittany named it. I said that was wrong already. Why would you give her the candle that you made with her? And she named it. She named it Experience with an X. Joy instantly started to read in between what that meant. Could that be meaning she's going to place me as an X? She'll never place me as an X. There will never be an X in my name. I guess he was talking about the experience of making the candles, being around each other, the fragrance, and this and that, third. Okay. And he named her candle Flow, which pretty much the naturalness of being around one another, the flowiness of everything, how everything just flew organically by being with each other. Joy instantly felt it as a slight dig towards her. So you're saying I'm not with the flow? Because for her to say flow, for you to say flow, you're saying you had a flow with her, but not a flow with me. I don't know if that's what it was. I was trying to pay attention to the words that they were both using. I just maybe he felt as though the date was a good date and that day was everything flowed. I don't think it was a slight towards Joya, but she's taking it as if you had a good time with her because things flowed. So you're basically saying that I don't flow. I was like, okay, here we go. Everything he's saying is coming across wrong. Now, of course, she wants to know more what happened because she can tell his energy is different. She feels like he's telling me things, but not telling me everything. What's the juicy details? He said he had fun, that she was making him blush. She was flirty. Oh, did you receive her being flirty? Was you being flirty back? I don't think he mentioned that she was touching him, rubbing on his beard or anything, but she did say she liked the man with beard, great flex, and everything. So he didn't want to tell her that he had a very, very good time with Brittany. And I was like, well, he told her majority of what happened, just not her touching him. I mean, more gonna happen though. I mean, come to find out next week, I want to know what's gonna happen on Joya and her date. What's she gonna do? What's she gonna say? Moving on from there, Catherine. Catherine is walking the dog outside. We see Ricky come back. She can tell he did something he shouldn't do. He said they had a pretty good date. It was a nice conversation. He said she tried to feed him. I said she didn't try, Ricky. She did. She did feed you. Catherine didn't like it. I mean, he admitted it what happened. He didn't deny it. He said, yeah, I did it, but she just felt like it was a disregard to her feelings. Like, he must have lost all common sense. The fact that you crossed the boundary and you don't find it a problem that you did, it turns the games, it turns the tide on certain things. I mean, he just keeps on saying he did it. I mean, he's not going to deny it, but if that was a boundary that you guys have talked about when it comes to these dates, certain things that you will not accept, certain things you shouldn't do. And if receiving food from another person using the same fork is a bad thing, then that was a bad thing. But Ricky in his mind don't think he did nothing wrong. He's trying to show up in ways where he wants to do more, I guess, for Catherine, but he's mad that he's not doing it for her. He's doing it to another person. But maybe she's looking for his commitment. But I felt like the second date just solidified how Ricky was already feeling. He is feeling Sheila. And he wanted to do what he would normally do on a date with someone that he likes, and that's what he did. That's why I'm saying I don't see Catherine and Ricky in a relationship. I think they're just very good friends. They tried to see if they could be in a relationship, but it doesn't work. But right now, it's a tit for tat right now. Catherine's gonna be like, okay, so he gonna act like this. On my date, I'm not holding nothing back. Let the games begin. All right, here we go. So it ended off with Jasmine and Zay. Dr. Stacey comes over to get to know more about them. She finds them fun and adventurous. Y'all first date was in Cancun. Y'all was feeling each other organically. So the first date, the instant of another girl approaching you saying that he won her Instagram name. What happened? Like, how did it get to that point? Okay, so Zay admitted to Jasmine he tends to need guidance on things that are not acceptable and that things are not acceptable. So Jasmine pretty much have to teach Zay about the things that she don't like and the things that she would not want to see, how want him to not act because that will make her feel away. But will you agree and will you act on it? Will you act on not acting like this because you know it's going to make her feel away? Will you act on not finding ways to get drunk and talk to other girls? Have you honored that? Because the fact you have to be taught and guided on doing things you shouldn't be doing, that you know you shouldn't be doing, that's like trying to raise a man. You don't know that the things you can do that can hurt another person's feelings. You don't know what triggers. You don't know how some part of you, when you are a little bit sauce in the alcohol, that you can act a person you don't like to be. Hence on Loki coming out. Now he said he was single for 7 years, but I want to know what point of single means. Were you single with having the ability to have relations with other women that weren't exclusive relationships? Because single could be just single. But since this was, I guess, the first relationship outside of that, he wanted to make sure he didn't mess it up, but he ended up messing it up. So to deal with that, have there been any other boundaries in the relationship or a certain place in the relationship that doesn't have boundaries? She said his friends have caused a wedge in their relationship. His loyalty to his friends have caused a lot of problems. Okay, in what way? She talks about getting into one of his friends. He was very disrespectful towards her. He said some very hurtful things. Like what? They got into it and he told her he would slap her. Pause. He did what? She looked at Zay. What did you do? He said I was going to wring his neck. I was going to beat the shit out of him. But Jasmine came in and said that friend and him have talked about it. He apologized to Zay, but he never extended the apology to Jasmine. I said, wait a minute, pause for the cause. You were able to hear his apology for literally threatening to assault your girlfriend. You forgave him for it, but didn't put the pressure on him to talk to her, apologize to her. So he don't want to have the ultimatum of having to choose between his friends and his girl. Well, if your friends are being respectful to your girl, then you ain't going to have these friends for long because that's not going to work. If you want her to be in your life, if you want to marry her, you got to play some boundaries, sir. Put some pressure. So the fact that the friend can still come around as if nothing happened. And she said the disrespect was so loud, everybody heard it. And she's crying. It still hurts her. It still bothers her. So she wants, Dr. Stacey wants her to tell her how this makes her feel. So she feels like, am I important to this man? Does he not find my feelings to be considerate? The fact that your friend, I guess your childhood friend, could still walk around as if he didn't do nothing wrong to me and you're not checking him, you're not placing no boundaries. Why am I here? Is this relationship worth it if I'm not getting the respect of being your girl, that he's not checking this friend? He's allowing this friend disrespect me, verbally threaten me, and he still gets to walk around scot-free? Oh, that's not going to work for me. Her feelings wasn't considered. She feels like a joke. And that's really bothering me. She said, so when it comes to his boys, they could do what they want to do. And when it comes to him coming to your rescue, he won't act on the way you want him to. Period. And he said, I don't know why she would feel like that. What you mean you don't know why she would feel like that? You didn't protect her. You didn't protect her. I don't know what you said to this friend and what did this friend feel. I don't know. We don't know how the friend reacted once that happened. Y'all pretty much got over as if it wasn't a problem. It was a problem. She said, we're not doing that. You are not about to tell her how she should feel. And you're not allowing her to feel how she feels. She is still bothered about what happened with your friend. And you did not handle it correctly. You didn't handle your friend accordingly by disrespecting her. You didn't handle it right. Jasmine just sunk in and said, it's okay. It's fine. It's not fine. You're still crying about it. You're still hurt because you're feeling like I'm not important. He doesn't care about me to defend me and defend our relationship by not checking his friend. So she said, no, 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 we're not doing that, and it's not okay. Period. Dr. Stacy was not about to let that go. She wasn't about to let him just say, I don't know why she wouldn't. I mean, bro, for real, does Zay not feel like he's a man if he doesn't have his friends? Does Zay feel like, I don't know, is he feeling like he's betraying his friendship by checking his friend? By what he did wasn't right? I just want to know more about it because that don't make no sense. Why would this friend wouldn't even be near me? I would not want to be near him. And if my man loved me and want to be with me, he would check him and say he can't come around no more until he get right. That's period. I know for a fact that's what my man would do. But y'all, that's it. I can't wait for next week. That's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for next video, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.